Hey there, team, and welcome back to something a little bit crazy. This is another 5v2. Again, Thanatos, and I suspect our good man Nawaki. Wait a second, are we both? Oh, this is a double Lothlorien. Interesting. Lothlorien's got a lot of strengths, but usually in a siege, you're better off kind of having an ally that's going to be, I suppose, making up for some of your weaknesses. Now, unlike Mirkwood, the Elves of Lothlorien do stack on a bit of armor. They are they're much more high elven in ways, rather than the more fragile green elves of the far north. So it's they can hold the line. They don't need, when you're playing as Mirkwood, you kind of need a stubborn ally. So like a Gondor or a dwarf, possibly. So Lothlorien doesn't, they can maybe get by without it. This is also 35,000 frames. That's not long, really. And I think we might have a little grace. As you can see, the attackers can deploy on the... what would this be? This would be the eastern, yeah. They can deploy on the eastern side of the bridge, and also maybe you could squeeze something in there. I don't think that the attacker's going to do that. It might be a rule. That'd be a very nice thing, especially in a 5v2 scenario. I would maybe just say, hey, we'll deploy on our side of the bridge. We'll maybe give you a bit of a grace too, to be cool. But if you were wanting to be really, really cruel, this player here, he's putting stakes down there, which is interesting. I mean, sure, yeah. I get it. I wouldn't myself, but if your allies just don't have cavalry, then screw it. Yeah, why not? But if you want to be really cruel, you would just stack this area up with your troops so that you're right in the face of them and they can't run out from the gateway and all that. You're golden. I'm not going to go through the defenders' armies until... The plan is, I'm going to wait for the attackers to finish deploying, which shouldn't take too much longer. I mean, yeah, shouldn't be, but then there we go, good. Then I'll go through the attackers' armies at 1x speed. I think we'll be okay with that. So we got Modexa. I've never seen this person before, but the playing is Rhun, which is a good faction for a newer player, I think. Good balanced jack of all trades. So Narem there, Scion Rim, good bit of armor too, so you can mistreat them a little bit. Scion Rim there. The Dragon's Breath cannon is bold. I mean, it's gonna stop them from maybe doing their previous strategy of holding the bridges. They might not do that this time. Then the Flag Rim there, Flag Rim, lots and lots of Flag Rim, and the Dragon's Wrath Warlords. Not very large a force. There might be some. In the back here, Gamp Rim, I guess, poorly shielded. You want to have them quite far back. Fair enough, they can move up when they need to. We're going to be seeing some slightly smaller armies, but as I always sort of emphasize, 5 brains is an important thing. Orc fodder, Mordor infantry, triple orc fodder, base, 10-10. Mordor infantry, whoa! The quad fodder. I didn't think I'd ever see the day. Blackguard of Barad-dûr, Minas Morgul Chosen, and Olakai with the Nazgul. Yeah, he's numbers, really. He's numbers and pushing power. So, and he's got the elites too. It's cool. Definitely not the type of thing you'd want to take if you were, to like a 3v2, but for a 5v2, yeah, I can see this sense and something like that. Then this guy fucks here, so he's got his Adunaim Shield Guard. He's got his Alcarondas Legion, 4 of them, nice. Shield Guard again. Belagar Pikes, Belagith Marksmen, Belagar Archers, great skirmishing archers, really, really nice. No armor upgrade for the Belagith Marksmen. As I say, I think they do actually look better like this, but I always like to give them the armor upgrade, just because of my playstyle. I like the look of them with the armor upgrade as well. And then, as I say, the Belagar Archers there. But even without it, they're good skirmish archers. In the back there, Royal Guard and Sentinels. Good. And then the Harbingers of Casimir as well. That's a nice army there. Lastly, we have Mr. Milky Way. Actually, wait, maybe not. No, definitely not lastly. But anyway, we've got Mr. Milky Way playing as the Misty Mountain, so he's got his bodyguard there. Troll drummers. Oh, goodness me, that's 2 units of cave trolls. Mountain Orc host there with some ladders. Double of them. Then, I can't. There we are. There we go. Black Orcs the mountain. I couldn't grab that unit, but 2 of them either way. Goblin infantry, archers there, heavy goblin spears, and then the goblin infantry line up front. Again, a lot of numbers and a bit of killing power here and there too. Let's go to 1 times speed. Then, lastly, Umbar, again, played by Debo84. He's got his Balakith shield, axe guard there. Perfect, as long as we can get them in there. No armor upgrade for them, so they are going to be fragile to arrow fire. Then the Sentinels, some more axe guard, Alcrondas Legion, shield guard there. Sentinels, Royal Guard, marksman, some Belagar pikes. In the back here, some Harbingers and some Alcrondas faithful. Nice to have. Definitely the fact that like nobody else has taken any melee cavalry. It's a good idea that somebody's grabbed it. It's a shame that he's all the way back there, so he's gonna have to run them up. But I don't suspect there's any cavalry. If you've got a double Lothlorien defense, it's unlikely they're gonna come at you with a cav sally. Lornan archers there on the walls. Let's just zoom across the walls first. I don't suspect these. Yep. Watchers of the Golden Wood. I don't suspect there's going to be too much on the walls right now. Yeah, it's never a good idea to start with things on the walls, just because the enemy might just get some lucky hits with artillery right off the bat and destroy some units. Let's go to 1 times speed for here, I think. Watchers of the Golden Wood. If they run out, then we'll stop. Sword Masters. Kindred there. Yeah. That's okay. Then Guardians, Spearmen, some Kindred, Axemen, Woodland Protectors, Cairn Amroth Rangers, some more Woodland Protectors, Lornan Archers, more Rangers, Watchers there. Oh goodness me. Then the triple Axemen, double Kindred, triple Archers, a Catapult from Thanatos, some Swordmasters, Lornan Archers, and Woodland Protectors. Then double Rangers. Jesus criminy. I mean, this is what you need. We've got a lot of Rangers. And let's get to work then. So, I think that there is going to be a bit of a grace, as they'll allow them to march on out. So let's go to 2 times speed there. But, as I say that, it's going to be scary being outside with that Dragon's Breath cannon. Actually saying that, is there going to be a grace? It's moving. Okay. Oh, damn it, weather! Fuck's sake. I like some nice, like, just clear days. It's alright. You know, we'll get by. We'll get by. It should hopefully clear before the grace is up anyway. And we've got Umbar with a long walker in there. Now, as I say, 35,000 frames for this battle to be decided. And it's going to take him, unless he's running, no, which he's not, it's going to take him a few thousand frames to get over here. Now, if I was Debo, I would have just dropped all of my siege. You know, you're the furthest person to get in. You've got Mr. Milky Way's siege. Like, he'll put up these towers for you. You just drop yours and just get forward. It doesn't really slow you down all that much, but it tends to just be something I do. If I'm the furthest away guy deploying, I tend to just drop it. Nowaki coming out here. Once again, it looks like Thanatos is going to take one bridge, Nowaki is going to take the other. It's good, you can focus your full attention on just one section that way, instead of mixing and matching with each other. And especially since you're both playing as the same faction, there's no reason not to. As well as that, the good thing is these guys are in a voice channel with each other when they play or when they carry out this sort of battle. So if you do end up getting pushed back really hard on your bridge, you can announce it so quickly you don't have to start typing, and before, like, as soon as you finish your message, your ally's getting slammed in the back by a cavalry unit, and they might not even, you know, read it. So, like, a lot of the time I'm so focused on my units that I don't actually stare up at the chat messages that pop up. So when I am needing to take things really seriously, I do much prefer to be in a voice channel with people. It just helps. Really does help. 10-10 over here. Yeah, I mean, why not just take your siege towers? He wasn't too far away, but it's probably going to be a case of using the runic towers there. Sending the orc fodder up first. See if he can bait out a shot or two, but that's not going to really happen. Orc fodder there. I'd be more... Hopefully he doesn't just slam them into the front of the Lornan spears. That'd be a shame if that's how he's going to be using them. I just think you benefit so much more by having like a unit of Mordor infantry alongside them. Now, not that the Mordor infantry are really great killers themselves, but sending them in side by side just means, you know, the orc fodder can take a beating for something, rather than just sort of poking away with their spears uselessly and dying for nothing. Okay, no, man's not too far. He is sending his cav, yeah, sending his Alcaron as faithful, screaming on forward, which is a good idea. As I say, it's clear the defenders don't have any cavalry, but I do approve of having one melee cavalry unit amongst them. I would have maybe, because it's double Lothlorien, I would have maybe said, hey guys, my desire would have been probably for Misty. I would have said, hey Misty, are you okay to bring some wargs? Just like one unit of wargs, not too expensive. And if he's not, then yeah, I'd take whatever I wanted. But hopefully he'd take one unit of wargs just to watch out for us in case the enemy was going to do something crazy like a sally. And because he's spending that bit of money, I'll take something that he thinks we need. You know, it's nice to have that sort of communication in the lobby phase. I mean, everybody wants to sort of get the battle underway as quickly as you can, but, you know, you benefit a lot from a quick discussion. It's an important part of the battle. There have been battles that I've seen lost in the lobby phase. You know, as silly as that sounds, it's just the guys did not coordinate what they were taking, why they were taking it, and they didn't think about what the enemy might be taking, and they've just been dominated because of that. So it's tricky. It's tricky. But at the same time, as I say, everybody wants to just get the game underway. I am very much the type of person to just be typing 7 out of 8 as soon as I'm ready. I'm a bit of a slime ball like that. So yeah, nice and compact unit of orc fodder here. Really just trying to bait out a shot. I think we are underway now properly though, so I'll go back to 1x speed. But that's 25, you know, all we've got is like, what, 25,000 frames off this battle to go. So, whoa, we'll see. Orc fodder making contact, but yeah, as I say, alone like this, I just don't think anything's going to be achieved with the orc fodder. And up against elves, you're not even going to really tire them out all that much. You know, up against a human front line, this wouldn't be such a bad thing, because you would exhaust them. They would just be gutting through so many orc fodder that, yeah, you would tire them out at the end of it. But that's not really something that's going to happen with these elves. They've got energy for days. So I would want to see, as I say, a Mordor infantry unit sent on over here. Maybe a Minas Morgul chosen. Perhaps it's a little bit too early to use that, but something a little bit more competent. As much as I love the 4 orc fodder strategy, I would have probably just gone for 2 of them myself. What do we have over here? The Alcaron. Wow! They've come barreling forward into Nowaki. They've taken a lot of casualties to these Alcaron Legions. Very bold early use of the Alcaron Legion, but they're in, and they're making some good contact there. And they've got Mr. Milky Way's gobbles in amongst them all. Rangers, they're rattling some shots into their side, no doubt. Maybe get those Alcaron faithful up here. Sprint them on up and start messing with those Rangers. I mean, you take a volley, wouldn't you? But I'd be tempted. I'd be really tempted. I'll just go to 0.9, just so we should hopefully have that extra tenth of a second to catch something. Oh, gobos, don't be careful about getting too stretched out. These guys might end up breaking, and like, it's nice to be doing this, but right now all you're trying to do is use up some ammo. I really appreciate this attack though. This is fun. Don't get bottled up on that bridge though, not with Rangers around. You need to keep on moving. Over here. Orc fodder. Yeah, still clashing in. Yeah, you see, not really dealing with any of these. They're bloodying some of them up, and yeah, but still just fresh. They've got a long way to go though, but the problem is, over on the other side, your allies are kind of having at it. I know there's 3 of them over here in comparison to your 2, but it's Something to remember. I do need to think about a screenshot at some point. Let's grab that. Let's... Oh, that's pretty. Can we get a nicer... Oh, there we go. That looks pretty good, right? A few happy sword masters. You got the tower in the center. Is that the Tower of the Moon or something? I can't quite remember. I should know. Alcarondas Legion in there. Oh, Kindred. Oh no, I think they're not out. They're not out of ammo, but I think Nawaki's just seeing the types of troops in front of him, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna rattle. I'm just gonna kill you guys in melee. But he might regret that, as his attackers are still barreling on forward. These rangers here getting tied up by the Alcarondas Legion. Come on, dude. I would love to see that cav. This is the problem. His general's in with the cav. Shield guard there. See, right. I mean, holy smokes! If this shield guard could just grab that unit of woodland protectors and then bam, 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 bam. I love the jav fire into the rangers, though. That's decent. You know, it's really not bad use of that ammunition. Yeah. This is why you don't really want to put your general with a cavalry in it, so you can be a bit more bold with your cav. And I guess he wasn't like intending to use his cavalry this way anyway. Okay, we've actually inflicted some casualties up against those Lorenan spears, down to 67. But we've been just getting ripped apart for it. And they're warmed up. They're stronger now than they were previously. The dragons... interesting. Interesting indeed. There might have been a rule break with that or something or other. I'm not sure. When I am sent these battles, people do give me information about them. They do explain the situation before, but the problem is when I do finally get round to recording them, I've probably forgotten that information. So at the end of this battle, there might be a moment where I add in a quick little clip at the end, or maybe it's already happened, it might be at the start of the battle, and if there is something very important, then I'll insert that information. So for now, we'll probably view like there was either a rule or he's just left it. And of course, then check the comments, because Thanatos or Nawaki might have popped in a little bit of information, or one of the other players too, of course, hopefully. Good stuff here. Like, I do like that attack. It's 5 for 14. It's bloody, but that's what you would expect from an early game up against Lothlorien when they're pouring ammunition into you. Oh, I know why he's kind of just standing there, but I don't agree with it. I guess if he just ran in there, it would just be bad. Belagar Pikes, though, that's a perfect target with the Rangers. I'm sure that that's who we're going for. Oh, we're not, actually. We're ignoring that. Heavy Gobo Spears are in there. Jeez, oh, it's just, I'm kind of scared, because these guys, like, I love this attack. I really, really approve of it. But it's not being mirrored over here. It's being, the Dragon's Breath crew will actually do not too bad in this fight. They're quite a skilled little arty unit. It's quite like in, you know, in Silmarillion Total War, where the artillery pieces are actually crewed by pretty competent soldiers. Whoa! Ouch. Now that wasn't, they weren't actually fireballs. They were just standard blasts. Now, had they been fireballs, those Orc Fodder would be running. Those Orc Fodder would be running, screaming right now. Now, there was actually a bit of friendly fire. A little bit, and maybe, you know, call me crazy, I think maybe that was more damage to, I think that was more damage to Thanatos' lines than it was to Tintin's forces. Because the Dragon's Breath crew were generally concentrated over here on the right. And we saw a lot of elves die from that. That's interesting. That's really interesting. This tower's dead though, and now we're gonna be able to. You can still move through one, I think. I don't think that blocks our way for the other siege towers. Goodness me, Nawaki. Quite an assault, and Thanatos will be watching his back here. Fair bit. Oh, poor Snaggable. Oh god. Ah, no, that's such a shame. They didn't get to use up all their ammo. And they're glitched out. They're gone. Berserkers there. Oh, two massive armor-piercing units going toe-to-toe. Shield Guard there with a bit of defensive skill. A lot of Numenorian skill in them. and spear skill on top of that, but they do benefit a lot from armor as well, so those elves will be crashing on down. These rangers out of ammunition, a beautiful thing to see. Pike's engaging. Some more rangers though. Now with that position, they might be able to just get a beautiful little lob shot. Or are they out? Oh no, they were just in melee. They're taking out their bows now. I think they were already in melee earlier because they're quite badly bloodied. These were probably some of the guys over here that were being engaged. Kindred firing in. We've got nobody. Oh, we do. Ah, okay. So Nawaki does have some Lornan archers on the walls firing up. It's a shame. Walls are kind of they're a bit bugged out sometimes. You know, like these guys should not be firing straight up. They should have a perfect target, but they're just goofy. They're just goofy. That's why I often do prefer cityscapes sometimes when I'm playing, just you know, so that I know what my men are going to be doing. But Minas Ithil is gorgeous, and it's always a beautiful place to play. The Guardians here are really quite in the thick of it, but a bit bloodied up. And hey, if you want somebody that can have a chance at going toe-to-toe with them, the Sentinels might be her option. Yeah, definitely pretty solid. And with the state of the Guardians right now, where they're sort of really doing their best to reform, and the Sentinels are all tightly packed and ready to go together, it's, yeah, that's putting the Guardians on the back foot. Still tearing shots into them. And now Umbar has arrived fully. Mr. Milky Way is still sending in guys, but D-Bowl is here. Looks like Mr. Milky Way is sending the last of his forces now, apart from, of course, the trolls, his bodyguard, and damn it, Mr. Milky Way. These guys need to be in there. You know, it's not, it's only 100-meter range, so they're not benefiting your men. I know he's trying to keep them safe, but no, what you'd want to do is have had them, like, right here. If the enemy wants to shoot at them, heal them out, stuff it, you know, like, it be how it be. You've got to have them be used. Olakai though, okay, so we are actually crashing in now. Mordor infantry are broken though, 104, and they're glitched out on the bridge. Shit, well, at least they're taking fire for their allies that are moving around them at least. But that's a, whoa! They can't stop that. They can't stop that. So I think we're going to be relying on the stubborn and disciplined runic men to win the day here. I don't know if the orcs have what it takes, but they will. Oh, 2 units of Sauron, well, nice. They'll do all right, but they will. They'll take a beating for their allies. Maybe 2 units of Blackguard. I'd barrel in. I would, from the way that we're seeing our allies fighting over there, I would get one of those Blackguard off. Now, of course, the catapult might hit it. You know, that's it. Be how it be. You know, that's all I can say. That's the way of the world sometimes. You know, but I would come in there with my Blackguard, just blast that open, just to cause some chaos next to the gate. Because then I think that might start causing a bit of worry for the boys, because they know if they lose this point, Nawaki's going to get backstabbed. Nawaki has no way back into the fort. He's dead. He's gone. Bye. So it's something to consider. Woodland Protector's running all forward. Oh, Harbinger's a Castamere. I love it. Oh, Nawaki. That's a shame. Trying to pull them out. He's definitely going to get them out. And then the question is, do you just want to pursue those Woodland Protectors, or do you want to go for something a bit more juicy? Yeah, I think you got to sort of pursue the Woodland Protectors, unfortunately, even if it's going to get you shot in the back and the side. Ah, goddamn, Alex, that's a shame. Woodland Protector's going to get a volley into the back of the Harbingers. Ooh, nice. Nice there. Yeah, dude, we need those drummers. We need those drummers up here. The Mountaineer Coasts are gonna, they've got some decent morale on them, but we need them staying in the fight for forever, preferably. Just permanently would be nice. Luckily, they're sort of getting shot from the left side, so that shield value might be helping them, but at the same time, I don't know, that might be a back shot. Oh, those poor Harbingers. It maybe was a little bit early to send them in. I love using elites early, but maybe that was a touch too early for it. And still, no real gains here. We are inflicting some more casualties now. Oh wow, we're actually winning. Good stuff, attackers. But no, it's messy. It's messy. I really would be fond of just blasting on through, because in terms of immediate thought, like, a ranger would come in, but, like, if you could just blast open and start flooding on around, that could be gorgeous. Only half the enemy force remains. I'm surprised at that. I would have thought that we've probably already had one of those announcements. Oh, no! Milky Way's pulling back now. That's not pretty. That is not pretty. Because now, yep, Nowaki, apart from these Harbians of Castamere, once they're gone, Nowaki is going to be able to just reinforce and hold this bridge in any way he chooses. Mountaineer Coast there broken. It looks kind of like the Umbar reinforcements saw what was going on the other side of the bridge and they didn't want to take any part of it. They wanted to hold back, wait until their allies on the other side have made a bit of a gain and then jump on in. And also, we have skirmishers of our own, you know? And we've got, that's the thing as well, our skirmishers are proper Umbar skirmishers, some of the best, like, shielded archers in the game, you know? Like, they can take a good walloping at range. So, yeah. And maybe it's actually probably a good idea that he took his siege towers, because there's no more gobbles to push their siege towers into place. So, yeah, good stuff from them. So, we do want to get these Royal Guard, and, yeah, these Royal Guard, the Belagar Archers, who are somewhere, I'm sure, and the Balakith Marksmen too. Yeah, we do want to get them used up. So, it's fair enough. Take a chill. Just send some guys up, see if we can tempt out a bit of fire from the enemy, and rattle some shots into them ourselves. Harbians of Castamere having their glorious last stand, only 3 of them left now. The Guardians just outranging them as they poke their way on in, and the Woodland Protectors not being too pretty and easy to take down either. Good shooting there. And that's Royal Guard shooting too. So that's super. I don't think Nowaki's noticing that yet. Hopefully he will soon, because that's going to be... that damage is going to rack up. I love these two. Yeah, okay, he has noticed it now. He is going to get moving. But yeah, not pretty. You can maybe even, if you move there, you can rattle into these last few Rangers. Probably not worth it, but, you know, it's an idea. It's an idea. I love that. There's some battles in... Oh, shoot. Like, I know the old Caras had a really cool moment where you could actually fight inside, like, so it was a building like this, and you entered in from one side, and you could exit from the other, so you could look through the windows, and there was like fighting inside. That was so cool. I think, yeah, Caras had it. Osgiliath sort of has one, like on that main wall next to the river. Osgiliath has a good point where you're sort of fighting with a roof over your head, but it's not quite like that. Yeah, as I say, Caras had a proper, like the final stand in Caras, you really fell back to, yeah, like on top of the gate there was this building you were fighting inside. That was really awesome. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, distracted. Just looked inside there and it reminded me of it. Okay. Lantos, he's getting a bit of friendly fire. I'll be interested to see how much friendly fire we've gotten with that catapult at the end of this. And yeah. Now, so there is some cheekiness with this bridge. You can sort of exit. Maybe it's just I think maybe people just get bugged through it, but I do see people like creeping out from the sides sometimes. The Scion Rim are there. They do have the ability to go into shield wall, but it doesn't look like they're intending to do that here. I think they're just happy enough killing their way through this front line. But okay. What are we at? 20. Wow, that's a nice position to be in. Really nice position to be in for a defender. But the amount of ammo we've spent, and also most of what we've been killing here, are the Misty Boys. There's still a full army of Umbar forces. There's still a lot of Runic guys, a lot of Mordor elites. The trolls are still there. Troll drummers coming forward now is pointless. That's not... I mean, it's just a new player, not really... That's all it is, but you don't really provide that buff to your allies, unfortunately, and the Berserkers are locked morale, so it doesn't really benefit them. So unfortunately now these poor drummer boys are just going to be... I mean, they look nice marching in with the cave trolls at their side. Goodness sake, the corpses. I like this, that it's not just contained in one area. The corpses are just spread, just showing that it has been a battle all over this. Nowaki would not have been expecting that sort of attack. So I think that the boys did very well pushing in the way they did. Trolls are going to get stuck into those woodland protectors, which is not going to be too fun. That's not going to be a fun fight for the woodland protectors, especially if they get a few berserkers in amongst them too. So that's nice. So that's one unit of the trolls. The other unit is staying back. I like to use trolls, you know, when I use cave trolls, I like to come and just smash in all together. You know, it's nice to really have a massive troll force sometimes and just eradicate an area. With the massive amount of damage you can do very, very quickly. Now, those sword masters are going to do really well up against the cave trolls, because unlike, you know, the Olokai, trolls of the White Hand, even like the Gundabad trolls and the like, cave trolls, basic cave trolls, do not have armor. They're very, very poorly armored. So, in the same way as like heavy AP shock can eradicate the massive trolls, sword masters can do a pretty damn good job up against cave trolls. Now, they were actually losing that fight there. But, you know, it's not to say they'll just wipe, it's not to say they'll just delete them. Like, they'll do okay in that fight. Catapult. It'll be waiting for its opportunity. As soon as it's got nobody in front of it, we're going to see a bam just rip right through this line. And that's going to be very unpleasant. The Blackguard of Rhudaur are here. And it looks like they're just kind of bumping up. I don't know if we're doing a shield wall push, unfortunately. No, I don't think we are. But even just their 6 mass, as they're moving forward, they're going to be pushing this whole line. It's fun to just see like these shield wall units in combat, just like shunting the enemy back and shunting their allies around here. Okay, we're seeing a shot coming in. I'll grab that just in case I'm not really too bothered about mine. It's quite similar to... Oh, that's quite cool. Yeah, got the flags there, got the tower. Good bit of burning, good bit of burning. But again, most of what's burning here are the already routing troops. There's a few of the Blackguard hit, but they should be alright. Looks like they're shunting in now. Okay, no, he does know what he's doing. I don't think it's a shield wall push, but it's a push. Which, and as I say, with the mass that they have, they can get on in. So they're pushing in now. They'll be through to the catapult. The Rangers are opening up. Yeah, that was what Thanatos was waiting for. So now he is going to be unloading. Valakith Axguard are in here. Alcrondas Legion, not Lorinand. Well, they're fighting Lorinand warriors. Shame for the poor Alcrondas Legion. Guardians, still a few Guardians left. How did that troll attack go? Oh, the poor boys. That's a shame. Ah, the drummers even jumped on in. This one routing and glitched out there. Unlike, I think cave troll drummers are the only trolls that are not... Wait, I'm hearing... Who's doing that? Is that the troll? Who's doing that? Who's screaming? You might not be able to... Oh, I don't think... Maybe my music's a little bit too loud. I don't know. That's weird. Who's screaming? Oh, I came back. No, it's not the troll. Troll's dead and it's still screaming. There's just some spirit screaming there. Jeez, oh. It's you know, we're not Minas Morgul yet. We're still Minas Ithil, so it's not all necromancy just yet. But yeah, oh dear. Okay, yeah. So we just need to use our Corsair crossbows. We need to use our ammo here now. Now this is where Nowaki could maybe consider falling back inside, where the enemy's ammunition is not going to be as useful. But we are screaming in now. Great stuff. But Nowaki can maybe... Yeah, we're seeing Watch of the Golden Wood. Nowaki can start actually sending reinforcements down this way. That's a nasty break there. Gamp Rim are almost gone. We've got nothing. The Scion Rim are coming down, but there's currently nothing on the bridge. So they're going to be holding it for a while by themselves. Blackguard there, they're broken. Scion Rim, they're broken. Oh, they're sort of reforming for it. They were reforming for a second, but then they went to break again. Anything over here? Good, okay, Flag Rim. So he did spread out. He did do what I was hoping. Imagine if we had like... Now, I know I never like suggest... Well, I rarely suggest to do this, but like, imagine we had another unit of cav or something like that. You know, we could just... When we did spread out like this, we could have had a Lancer just bam, 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 and just going just rattling around. I know that it would be getting targeted by every archer that Thanatos could throw at it, but just one, one lancer there could be messy. Now we still do have the Alcarondas faithful though, I think. Actually, it was a general unit. No, it might be dead. They might be goners, so he's maybe already used them. Oh well. Not too bad. Oh, hiding snow trolls have popped up now. So they'll be getting thrown on in somewhere. Royal Guard still opening up. Oh, trying to back up the Sentinels who are getting shredded still by Nawaki. Coming on over here. Whoop. Oh, alright. Again. Okay. I was going to say, again, only killing routing units. No. No, these poor boys were absolutely ripped apart by that. What's this? Flag Rim. Alright. We've got the Swarm coming in again. More Blackguard of Barad-dûr. It'd be a shame to lose all of your Blackguard, because we're going to have to do another blast through a gate at some point. If the defenders do actually decide to fall back, they might just want to go all out for these bridges. If you see that a defensive position is working out for you, you sometimes just don't want to fall back. It's you just keep punishing the enemy where you know you can. Sometimes if you fall back, they can be a little bit faster than you expect them to be, and before you know it, it's over. Let's go to 1x speed just for that little extra. Things are slowing down a little bit now, so it's not too bad. I think Debo's coming screaming in, though. Shield Guard, Pikes. Ooh, Harbingers are ready to go. There are still faithful here. As I say, I'd be... There's a clear route. You run on in here, you're getting shot, and I know you're getting shot while you're doing it, but... poor Sentinels. But yeah, you run on in there. Yeah, Rangers... I don't know, man. I'd be pretty aggressive with that, but the fact that it's got his general in it, this kind of scares me. Blackguard getting burned up. Thanatos doing a pretty decent job at just bottling up his enemy like that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And staying wide is an interesting strategy. So you're sort of bottling them up and relying on this like elven skill so you can fight independently from each other instead of needing to be tightly packed. Now, because he's spread out like that, he is going to be a bit more free to use his ammunition, to use his catapult, because he shouldn't get like a massive game-ending friendly fire shot or anything like that. Lornad warriors shooting into these Gamp Rim, along with the Kindred, of course. Very messy, very, very messy indeed. Snow Trolls, Mr. Milky Way actually coming all the way around here is kind of cool. I like that. Snow Troll's the fastest of all the trolls in the game, I believe. They used to be. I don't know if they still are. I suspect they are, though. Very swift little guys. Yeah, I like the Snow Troll model. I think it's maybe one that we will end up seeing get an upgrade or get a change at some point. Perhaps to a more sort of slightly slender look or something like that. Who knows? But I do like that they hide. Snow Trolls, they definitely do have a bit of a special place in my heart. I think with cave trolls and snow trolls are kind of my two favorite looking ones. Trolls of Angmar. Favorite ones to use, probably cave trolls. But yeah, trolls of Lighthand do look freaking good too, though. Oh dearie me, sucks to be these Corsair crossbows. Oh, 20. Yeah, they were. I mean, they were rightly targeted. These guys are scary if they get in a position, but now they're reloading. Now, there's only going to be 18. Yeah, oh god, only 18 of them, but... Shit, they're still taking fire. If they can just use their ammo fair, like, they might... But their DPS is so low at this point that it's not really going to do all that much. But anything, the thing is, with this Lothlorien army ahead of them, anything's worth a shot. I don't care what you fire at, if you're hitting it, job's good. Just rack up some kills, please. Snow Trolls are in there. A bit more armored than your Cave Trolls, of course. So, yeah, these Sword Masters are going to have a bit more difficulty with them than their brothers did, than their Nawaki-led brothers did, up against the Cave Trolls. We bash them more. We do have another unit of cave trolls. Oh, Narim there getting shredded. Dearie me. Royal Guard moving up. What's this? What's this? Zoom, 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 zoom. No, where did those cave trolls go? Oh, they're there. Yeah, again, it's... I understand it, but, like, I do like, and I do think there's a lot to be said for like, mass troll attacks. And I think that, yeah, when you do use a troll, sometimes it is a good idea to use multiple of them at the same time. Because they sort of... You get this, like, critical mass of troll that's just too difficult to counter, really. And they do more damage than they receive, because trolls can do so much damage, but because they're big and clunky, they take a lot of damage very quickly. So, oh god, they're starting to drop now. So if you've got quite a lot of them, they just deal too much damage for how quickly they're taking damage. So it's, as I say, it's possibly this. You could construct a graph of, like, when you reach critical mass of trolls. But yeah, it's quite scientific, really. Over here, we've got the Royal Guard there. Unfortunately, the General has dropped, but that was from this guy Fucks. So he is a goner. But most of his army was wiped out anyway. It's mainly D-Bowl over here now. Over there, Sentinels poking and prodding away. Dearie me. Moving on over. I think D-Bowl's kind of... Is he wanting to just go and support his allies? Yeah, he is. I understand that. I understand it, but I think you kind of need to stay here. Like, you're not going to get through. That is known. But I think you're still better off just keeping the attention of Nawaki on your side. Moving on over just means Nawaki can bring his full force, and you're constrained into this one bridge, which is just going to be frightening. Really frightening. I'm just taking a gulp of tea. It's just going to be so bloody. But Swordmaster's slicing on down through these Sarons. Well, crying shame. What day is it today? Is it Friday today? Or is it Thursday? No, wait, fuck. No, Friday. Ah, shit, it's Friday. Oh, well, that's fine. This video will be coming out tomorrow, I suspect. I will get it edit. Oh wait, no, no, it won't. This one's Wednesday. Yeah, no, I got the 2v2 that well, 4v4 actually. That Crazy Army 4v4 is coming out on Saturday, and then this one's coming out Wednesday. Oh, yeah, these poor crossbows. There's just still so much ammunition, and these poor crossbows are so lightly armored that they drop. They drop at a hat. Oh dear. It's rough. It's rough. But yeah, so I try to mix up a siege and a pitch, when I can. People definitely. I do receive more sieges than pitch battles, and sieges definitely do a lot better on YouTube than pitch battles. People want to watch sieges, which I totally understand. I find it more interesting to watch sieges. Like, I definitely get it. But I think when it comes to pitch battles, I often find that I get a lot more interaction and a lot more viewers from, like, guys that do play the game a lot more, and perhaps it is because that we're more looking at the strategies employed, whereas sieges I find are they're this cinematic spectacle that even if you know nothing about the game, if you you don't know the stats, you can get a feel for a siege, whereas a pitch battle, if you don't really know how the game works, if you don't know what units are counters another and so on, it can be a weird vision that you're watching, you know, and it's a bit strange. But whereas sieges are just exciting all the time, I think. But hey, that's just my my idea of it there. Oh dear me, those poor Sauron. I'll mention some stuff about this battle like at the end, so we won't worry too much. But yeah, Watch. Yeah, good to be aggressive here, Nawaki. Very good. Don't just. Oh, that's naughty. That's very naughty. Yeah, fair. Like he's holding it. He's holding some of Nawaki's attention. Like he's doing his best. Debo is moved around, so this is all he can do is just be present and just hold. Like, hey Nawaki, I'm still here. You can't just leave me alone. You gotta have something here staring at me. So that's fair enough. Debo is gonna come around. Where is your? I think the time for the Cav is done though. Especially if they've only got one exit, like they can't get back in there. Nawaki, if he ran in there right now with things the way they are, like yeah, they block that up. I'm interested. I'm excited for the Cav though. I think their time will come. Maybe, like we'll get it. We'll get it. Ah, dear, that's the attack held back again though. So, not a terrible thing for the attackers. Maybe the attackers will just take a breather. We've got the Temple Guard. Yeah, man. Like, Orc Archers even. I've not seen these guys fire a single shot. Same with them. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Come on, Modexa. We had some great moments. These warlords could have been... the general's in with them, though, dude. Yeah, like, I get it. I do. But... and it's a natural impulse, I think, we get from playing the base game of Medieval 2. And some of the later Total War games as well. Your general is mounted. Your general is always on a horse, and but in a siege, an opportunity for cavalry to be devastating in a siege. Usually, the cavalry are not going to make it out of that. They're going to inflict so many casualties, but they're not going to make it out alive. So I don't usually like to have my general in with them. So. No, there were some good moments. There were, we could have maybe really brutalized now. It's such a shame to see these Temple Guard get blasted. Can we send up an archer? Can we send up the Orc Archers first, Tintin? I know they're probably not, like, he wouldn't be using his Watchers of the Golden Wood against the Orc Archers, but I would send the Orc Archers up and just hit anything I could. And then if they've got two choices there. They either shoot me, so they waste some ammo on my Orc Archers, or they move forward and they attack me across that bridge, and then suddenly you can start pouring your shots into whatever they attack you with. Now these Watchers are going to be getting hit by that too, but the problem is just, ow, fuck, that's been bloody. But the problem is the Temple Guard are getting yeeted around, so every time those Temple Guard receive a yeet, they're stopping their shooting animation, and it's nasty. I've got a few. I think it's happened to me twice in Moria. I played as Arthedain in Moria, and I've gone up against a Lothlorien opponent, and I've been using my Wardens of the North up against their Watchers here. So it's a very similar fight to the Temple Guard versus the Watchers. So it's always a fun little confrontation, because you've got armor-piercing arrows. But they're interrupting your shots every time, so I don't know, it's a lot of fun. No, I thought the Cav are coming now. Nah, man, it's a spear frenzy up here. The Guardians are here. Maybe now the problem is just coordination. I'll probably start talking about it now because it's clear the way that this is going at this point, unless the attackers have something crazy up their sleeve. The main thing here to remember is just coordination. It's something that, I said right at the start, Nawaki and Thanatos, they know each other well. They speak the same language, and they're in voice chat together. So they're very good, very coordinated. The attackers here, probably 5 random guys that, are all just... They've all come into this with the same, with their own strategies, most likely. And, it's when things don't really work out, they've not really communicated. I'd love to know how much they were talking, and, like, how much of that talk was actually sensible. A lot of the time, communication is not great, because communication just falls apart. And it's just, it's pointless. But, communication is very useful if done well. And, And I don't think there was too much of that in this fight. What would have been I think there's one thing that would have changed this massively. Had Debo and this guy swapped places. Now, they wouldn't have been able, you wouldn't be able to do that, but just had that naturally been the thing. Because I think Debo was much more on the mindset of skirmishing. He was really like devoted to the idea of skirmishing with the defenders. So that's the way that I like to do things. So I always like to be the first attacker that's getting face to face with the enemy, so that I can skirmish while my allies are moving up. And you know, like, so by the time they get there, when they're ready to start the actual attack, I've already had my little bit of skirmish fun. And yeah, but apart from that, I think across the whole attacking force, we brought a lot of skirmishers, and we didn't use any of them. Like, as I say, these orc archers, they're still, I think, where are they? Yeah, they're in here. They're trying to use their ammunition now, but it's just that now is not the time. Here is not the place. And it's just, you know, what we could have done is up against 2 Lothlorians. For me, the only purpose of your ammunition is to try and take the enemy's ammo. You know, and there were a few moments where that could have happened. Like, Thanatos and Nowaki, they're not going to take the bait easy. You're gonna have to offer them something pretty juicy. They're like, so moving up those Belagar archers, I don't know if that would have been like, I got to shoot them. But yeah, the guys could have been a bit more careful. You don't even have to use your spread formation. You send some Belagar archers across that river, you know, on the bridge. They might just start getting shot at, and it's not the end of the world, you know, because you'd rather that than they're shooting your melee units. But I think because of the way the boys attacked here, had we just thrown all of our range units in the bin and just changed them out for melee, so like those orc archers, more non-infantry, probably wouldn't have changed too much, but a little bit. Then those Royal Guard, those Belagar archers, you know, change them out for something in melee. Maybe change them out for some sort of lancer. Because as I say, there were some good opportunities. That was a freaking beautiful bit of early aggression. That's something you don't see from new players, and that was effective. It doesn't, you know, you can see the amount of corpses there that are on the attacker's side. You don't think it was too effective, but it genuinely was pretty damn good. And had the Dragon's Wrath warlords at that time run on around without the general in them, joined up with the Alcarondas Legion, Alcarondas Faithful again without the general, and those two, maybe with another lancer unit that we've saved up a bit of money for by not taking archers, holy smokes, Nowaki would have been, you know, he would have been in trouble. He would have been in some real trouble there. And while all the chaos is happening, the trolls come flying on in, it was like we had some beautiful bit of aggression, like really gorgeous early fight. And it just, you know, we had the tools to keep it going. We had the tools to really hurt the defenders, or really hurt Nowaki, and we didn't really use them. We were too cautious. We were too bold. The boldness started to work, then we didn't support it. Some of my greatest attacks have happened because I've fucked up, and I've realized that my fuck up has worked, and then I've added to it. and I've changed it from this like, oh, that was a weird strategy, that, you know, like, into something that really powers through the enemy. And we had something going there up against Nowaki. Now, I know Nowaki he did have his rangers, he did have tools that would have hurt a mass push, but I think it could have been the better option there. When it started to work, I think we really should have kept it on going and really brutalized them. Thanatos would have been sitting over here, and he would have had to either lend aid to Nowaki, which would have possibly made these two have a better chance, or he might have even run on inside, and then you've got, you know, you can jump on your siege towers, you can do what you want. You get across these bridges, Minas Ithil is tough to hold.
Good tidings. The
So yeah, so the boys always do a good job, like just taking these bridges for sure. You always sort of need to do that in a Minas Ithil defense, especially a 2v5. Yeah. Now of course the main thing about that, above everything else, it is just new players versus very experienced players, and but it's a 2v5, so I accept that it's nothing bad about that sort of situation. New players have to fight battles too, and you result in a few sort of dodgy losses, but I think it was nobody, in all honesty, nobody of all the attackers there, there was nothing that was like a massive screw up. There were some things that I disagreed with, of course, as I've stated, but there was nothing, and like some bits of passive play, but there was nothing like mind-numbingly like, oh god, yes, it was really stupid there. There was nothing like that, which is good. So like all the attackers did an okay job. It's just that the boys are a very skilled defensive team. They're well practiced. They're well practiced on this map, and they're well practiced in general. And it's difficult to beat them. The factions we had on the attack, they were good factions for attacking. I think that they were good for this. Fighting against a double Lothlorien is tricky, very very tricky. But I think Umbar and Mordor, and then Misty in there too. Pretty good shout. So the guys definitely, and a good versus evil fight, which is always fun. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. So you can get like knocked down here, and then if you get enough of the people knocked down there, they can meme around in the back lines. But yeah, anyway, we'll just I don't like to speed up at the end. I know some people really like to just, they don't want to speed up the last few frames of the battle for some reason. So it's like, it's fine. I've got no problem just riding it out. I can do my talking now instead of talking at the end. But as always, skip forward, play. Watch videos the way you want to watch them. I watch videos, when I watch other people's videos, I watch them at 2x speed. It's I recommend watching my videos at 2x speed because I talk very slowly. So really, I suffer no offense from it. Watch my content however you please. Whatever makes you the happiest. So that's a-okay. But yeah, Minas Ithil's fun. I wish we could get like Minas Morgul a little bit more stable, because it is gorgeous too. Just with the the look of it there. I know like Rise of Mordor has some gorgeous Minas Morgul map. I've been watching Scout play a fair bit of that recently on his live streams, and I don't know. I need to maybe give it a try at some point. I don't actually have Attila, so that's probably the first thing. Get Attila. So opening on up. Oh, we can see both the sides, which is good. So Nowaki there. Oh, was it Nowaki that sent this one to me? Or was it Thanatos? I think. I don't know. YOLO. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Thanatos. Anyway, Kindred there, very nice. Double Kindred, double ranges, 405 and 382 is certainly nice. Watchers there, interesting. Yeah, well, no, that's what you'd expect. The Watchers just not really having that split shot, so they're going to be getting a fewer kills. Lorenan Archers there, nice. Woodland Protectors, be okay. Wow, 632 from those Guardians. That is impressive. And then some Swordmaster stuff. Nice. Then Thanatos. A little bit less of an attack on his side, arguably, but that catapult, gorgeous. Now, right. Oh, yeah, you can't see how many friendly fire kills the catapult did, but the number inside of these brackets is the amount of people lost to friendly fire. So that's not negligible. 15 of these guys were killed to friendly fire. How's Nowaki getting on? So 12 of those Axemen, but not so bad. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's something to keep in mind as well. Like friendly fire, when your men are so high quality, it's something to worry about. So Modexa, he did admit defeat. He could have gotten a few more kills, but yeah. So it was super duper. I think, yeah, the bloody numbers disparity, crazy. But no, the boys did good. Some cav, maybe could have been nasty. I think I'll definitely recommend, if I do a Minas Ithil attack, I'll definitely recommend taking a Lancer unit, just because if we get across, bam bam bam, really take people to Pound Town. Knight would be nice, would be better, just so that you're not worried about them grabbing you with an enemy with one of their melee cav or something like that, or if they've got a Lancer. But yeah, super duper. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.